Hi, this is Karen. Get your mat out, get ready, here we go. So I thought I would record my practice slowing down what I usually do because I go too fast and put it online for you guys to see and do what you want. I have my playlist playing lightly. It's on Spotify. It's Yoga Flow 23. So if you wanted, you could play it with this video. I've already actually started it. It's about 30 seconds in or so. So you can start to begin bringing yourself into child's pose. Your toes are together, your knees are apart, and you're just going to begin to take a few breaths into your back. Relaxing your head down, slightly tuck your chin to your chest so you can feel the skin on the forehead actually pulls down the face, not up. And now you're reaching your fingers forward so far that your fingers are spread wide, your forearms are actually lifted, and your elbows are completely extended. So it's extended child's pose. Breathing here for a few more breaths. Letting the neck drop, breathe in, roll up through all fours, tucking the toes, inhale, arch the back, and then exhale, untuck the toes, rounding in your spine. Inhale again, tucking the toes, arching, looking slightly up. Exhale, untucking the toes, rounding the spine. One more time, tucking the toes under, inhale to arch. And on the exhale, as the toes untuck, you feel every single toenail point down. Knees stay under the hips. Wrists stay under the shoulders. Keep pulling belly to spine and hover your knees right off the mat. You'll feel what happens in your belly. It starts to fire up a bit more. Stay there for another breath. And then when you ground the knees down, pull back to child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Again, fingers are still reaching forward so you have energetic arms. Roll forward and up. Shift the weight forward. You're bending your elbows to 90 degrees. It's a modified chaturanga. Your knees are down. Exhale to press up and right back to child's pose. You could do this dynamically a bit faster, or you can stay slow, rolling forward and up through all fours. Hips go forward, your elbows bend in and back. It's your chaturanga arms, and then press up and back to child's pose. Again, here, drop the head, roll up through all fours, press the hips forward, untuck your toes, lower halfway down, and then press right back. Again, through child's pose to downward facing dog. So as your hips reach up to the sky, you can pedal out your feet, reach one heel for the ground and then the other. Get a nice little calf stretch. And when you're ready, hold the legs still. Give both legs a little bend and press your hips up nice and high to the sky. So you're actually down dogging, not for a stretch, but for this length in your torso and your spine. Deep inhales through the nose, deep exhales through the nose. Go ahead and walk the feet up to the hands, about hip width apart. Soften the knees and roll up through the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. When you arrive up, reach the arms up, inhale. Hands come down and out to the side, so lead with the chest as you fold forward. Inhale, half lift, you arch the back. Hands can come to the thighs. And exhale, fold, feeling your belly connect to the thighs. Your elbows can join or hooking your forearms. Relaxing your head. Let your weight shift slightly forward into the balls of the feet. And then on the exhale, melt a little deeper. Releasing the arms, roll up through the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms reach out and up. So Utthita Hastasana, the arms reach up and out with energy. Notice your feet are parallel by the outer edges of the feet. As you draw the hands down, heart center, Tadasana, feel yourself get taller. I like to shift here, my feet closer together, toes together, heels are slightly apart. And then again here, reaching both arms up, inhale. Stay focused up. Wave down through the spine. Hands melt through heart center. Your knees bend and you fold over the legs. Inhale to roll the shoulders back. And exhale, plant palms. Step the right leg back lunge. Dropping the back knee down. Inhale, you'll reach the arms up. And you can make your choice whether to untuck or keep pointing your toes in the back foot, whatever feels better. There's a shift forward with the hips, but there's also a pull in with your bottom belly. Arms reach up with energy. Take a few breaths. Hands come down the frame of the front foot. You lift your back knee and step back plank. Shift slightly forward of the wrists. Elbows pull in by the sides as you lower down super slow with control. Toes point. Inhale, head, neck, shoulders lift, and I draw my wrists slightly back so that they're right under my elbows. It's about a 90-degree bend again in the arms. The neck is long. The upper back lifts a little more. And then you release down. Press up through modified push-up. Knees stay down. Tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up to the sky, pressing into the right arm to keep square shoulders. Draw the knee to the nose. And step the foot right up between the hands. Follow with the back hand back leg all the way up. Half lift and fold. Arms go wide to the side to rise. Hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Other side, inhale to lift the arms up. Look up, wave down through the spine as your knees bend, your chest meets your thighs, and then you fold, maybe extending the legs. Shoulders pull back as you lift, inhale. Left leg steps back, lunge. Back knee drops down, arms reach up. Take a few breaths there, and you've got a nice even push down into every single one of your toes, front and back. There's a nice pull up, your palms face in so you can feel that spiral of energy up. The abs tighten as your hands frame the front foot, back knee lifts, and you step back plank. Shift forward of the wrists, lower either halfway or all the way down. Notice the 90-degree bend in your elbows. Point the toes, inhale, upward facing dog, thighs off the mat, or cobra, whichever feels better. Note the triceps, pull back, they wrap around. Belly to spine takes you back, downward facing dog. Left leg presses up to the sky, and you're again pushing down a bit into the left hand so that your shoulders stay even and you're pretty long. It should feel pretty nice in your back. Knee to the nose, steps the foot up between hands, lengthen the heart forward, then bring the back leg in to meet front leg. Fold, exhaling. Inhale to reach out and around to come up. Hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Again, inhale, reaching up. Hands come down through heart center, wave over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right leg back lunge. Dropping your back knee, arms reach up. Exhale, abs already in as your hands hit the mat, plank. Halfway or all the way down. If this is your vinyasa, inhale to open the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg immediately goes up. Knee comes to the nose. Steps the foot up. My shoulders pull back. Back leg comes in. Half lift and then fold. Arms go wide to the side to rise up. Get taller as hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to wave the body forward over the legs. Half lift and exhale, left leg back. Drop the knee down. Reach the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, bottom ribs tighten, hands to the mat. You step back, planks almost silently. Vinyasa, and find your way back to downward facing dog. Left leg goes up immediately. Knee pulls to the nose. You feel your abs grab. Follow with the back leg all the way up. Into the lift and exhale, fold. Arms wide to the side to rise. Hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, reaching up. Hey, costume change. Fold forward. Half lift. And on the exhale, step right leg back. Again, drop the knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands again come down. This time you're stepping back plank. Optional vinyasa. Finding your way back, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up. Knee to the nose, steps the foot up between the hands, back leg follows into the half lift. Exhale, fold. Arms wide to the side to rise. Hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Left side last time, arms reach up. Folding forwards. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, left leg back lunge. Knee drops down. Arms rise up. Hands come down. Stepping back plank with control. Optional vinyasa to downward facing dog. Left leg goes immediately up. Knee pulls to the nose. Foot steps up, following with the back leg all the way up. Exhale, fold. Arms go wide to the side to rise. Hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Try to feel the breath in your back. The weight should be shifting forward out of the heels gradually, so you begin to get longer, you get lighter. And there's still a nice tightness in your bottom abdominals. Inhale to reach the arms wide to the side. Turn the thumbs down and then interlock either your fingers to reverse namaste, prayer, or fist to fist is fine. Open the shoulders, roll the shoulder blades down the back, and lift your gaze. So nice deep chest opener here. Still standing feet in Tadasana, just parallel is fine, or toes together, heels apart. Releasing your arms, sit back and down into chair pose, Utkatasana. If you feel overarched in the upper back, curled forward, lower the shoulders to about hands to shoulder height. And now here you can see your knees are back, so you can see all 10 toes. Let yourself fold forward, extending the legs, roll the shoulders back, and then exhale, palms plant, and you step or float back chaturanga. Inhale to the upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot, take it right up between the hands. Back heel comes down and slightly out to the left, so you rise up, warrior one, square hips, square shoulders. Abs tighten, and then as you come forward and down with the arms, the belly's already pulling away from your thigh, so you're stepping back to plank pose. Vinyasa. Finding way again back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps up between the hands. Back heel comes down to the right, square hips, square shoulders, rising up again, warrior one. To lengthen in the low back, you might need to lean forward a little bit, but just feel a nice spiral of energy up through the top of the head. Deep breath in. On the breath out, hands frame the front foot, back heel lifts, you step back plank. Optional vinyasa, downward facing dog. Notice that the fingerprints are pressing a little more down into the mat than the rest of the hand, and you attempt as you step your feet up or jump your feet up to keep the palms nice and flat. Causes you to pull your belly in a little more. So rising high on the balls of your feet here, give the knees a bend, and then you can either walk or you can spring. And it might take one spring, it might take 3 springs, but you can find your way towards the top of your mat. The looking forward helps accentuate that little bit of chest opening. And now as you fold, breathe out, inhale Utkatasana, push into your heels, rise up, Tadasana. One more time, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll shoulders back. Exhale, step or jump back. The land at the bent elbows is a shock absorber of sorts, so it helps protect your joints, challenges your body, because you gotta keep the plank feeling in your body as you jump back. Whoa, when you get there, right foot up right away. Warrior one on the inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping back, using your belly strong. Halfway or all the way down. Inhale for the back bend, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot comes up between hands, starting to build a bit of heat. Rising up, warrior one. Abs stay tight. Hands come down. Stepping back, plank. Vinyasa, back to downward facing dog. And then a couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Notice if your breath is able to get deeper into your body as you move through your practice. Let your jaw relax. Let your teeth relax while you're here. Legs come a bit closer, and you're high on the balls of the feet, bending the knees, looking forward, and springs or walk to the top of your mat. The more you get the hips over the shoulders, I don't do a particularly great job. The more you get that lightness, and that's where your handstands come in, your presses and things like this. Go through your Utkatasana to come back to stand up tall, Tadasana. Inhale and exhale. In place, try to lengthen again up the back of the spine. Feeling the weight shift around. Tree pose, Vrikshasana, right foot, either calf or inner thigh. To challenge your balance, you can bring your hands behind your back. Notice there's a nice press between foot and thigh and foot, and that tension is what's going to give you the ability to find the work in your belly. To right here, begin to change your focus. So as you pull your hands down your back, palms together, your chest lifts. And you might start to trace your gaze then up to go back. So you get this nice chest opening while you're trying to balance, maintaining the hips squaring forwards. Couple deep breaths here. To come out, engage the belly in the front, lengthening your low back. Bring your back ribs up off of your back body. Hands can come heart center. Right knee points forward. You relax your right butt down, relaxing the tail. And then pull the abs in. Start to extend the leg forward, reaching the arms up. So you've got Utthita Hastasana arms, maybe a bend in the knee if you need it to keep it out of the hip flexor, out of the quad. As you slide the leg through Tadasana, get longer, get taller. You're reaching your chest forward as the leg passes behind you. Standing leg can soften. Hands can come to heart center or they can reach overhead. It's your warrior three. The bend in the standing leg is crucial. It helps you come back here to high lunge. Arms reach overhead. Open the arms wide to the side as you tap the back knee down with control. Eagle arms, left under right. Wind up once or twice. The hands, your thumbs face in. Down go the shoulders. Up goes the chest, and your nose traces the way back so you get this nice upper back bend without crunch. Upright the body. Hands frame the face, breath in. Hands frame the foot, breath out. Stepping back, or lifting your back knee, sorry. Turn the left toes out to the left. Your right shoulder's over your right wrist, and you're anchoring your back heel down to the floor. Notice it's side plank, so your right hip is under the left. Left arm reaches to the sky. Now you might stay here. You can creep that left foot out as much as you need to. You might get a good stretch in your left outer hip, or you might stack the left over right foot. It's your Vashisthasana side plank. Notice the hips a little lighter, a little loftier. Make this easier to maintain. You feel your oblique, you feel less back. Start to trace the gaze to the side, potentially up to the sky, keeping the fingers relaxed. And then come back through center plank, optional vinyasa, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up to the sky. This time bend at the knee, open the hip, look under the right arm, potentially keep going with the leg. Right foot can go to the floor. The right arm reaches up and you've got your rock star. The arm reaches overhead. I like to bend my elbow here, cradling the back of the spine, the back of the neck, opening the chest to the sky and taking a deep breath. Tighten the abs. Hand comes through heart center, back to the ground, three-legged dog. Knee to the nose. Step the foot up between hands. Follow with the back leg, and then exhale, fold. Arms go wide to the side to rise. Hands come down heart center, Tadasana. Left side. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Left foot to either thigh or calf. Anywhere not on the knee. You're above or below it. Again, a nice pressure between the thigh and the foot, and foot into thigh. Notice your belly pulls to spine. You lengthen your low back, and then your hands can come behind your back. Joining your palms together, puff the chest up, and then begin to start tracing your gaze up and overhead. You get a nice chest opening while you're still, of course, keeping the hips squaring forwards, finding your balance. To come back up, engage the abs. Left knee points forward. Drop the left hip, and then extend the arms overhead as the leg lengthens forward. A little bend in the knee again might be helpful. Notice you feel your back body natural curve and you feel the breath in your back body. You're pulling your shoulder blades up off the hips as your legs pass through Utthita Hastasana. Bend the right knee a little bit as you lean forward. The heel and the head move ideally at the same time. And you come to that warrior three. Arms forward, arms namaste, or arms by your sides. Bend the standing leg more to lean or come back into your high lunge. And then you're resisting the down. You pull in and up through your middle body, and you'll tap your knee down to the ground slow. Arms go wide to the side. Eagle the arms, right arm under the left, and then winding up the arms once or twice again. Down go the shoulders, and up goes the chest as you lean back into your back bend. Any crunch in the low back means you've gone a little too far, so take it small to start. Hands frame the face, and then they reach back down to the ground. You step back. Actually, I did it again. You want to put your back heel down. You're opening your right toes to the side. You can see on the video. That back foot is your anchor. So you're sharpening the foot, flexing it, and then you might creep that right leg out a little. You feel a stretch in your outer hip. You might stack leg over leg, Vashisthasana. Breath up the back, and then maybe begin to trace your gaze up towards middle finger, towards sky. hip over hip. Let the hips lift a little to come back to center plank. Optional vinyasa, downward facing dog. Can either be still or you can pedal at the feet. I tend to move around. You're lifting your left leg up, bend at the knee, you're opening the hip, and then you might continue over, left foot to floor, left arm up to the sky. It's your rock star again. Again, bend my elbow and cradle my head into my hand, optional. Tighten the abs, reach your arm back out, and then through heart center to come back to the ground, three-legged dog. Knee to the nose, steps the foot up between hands, follow with the back leg, inhale, shoulders back, exhale, fold, arms wide to the side to rise. Hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Again, here, maybe a little faster, Vrikshasana tree pose. You can keep your hands at heart center. Guiding the knee forwards. Go ahead and extend the leg as you extend the arms overhead. Again, get taller as your leg sweeps past the other leg, moving through your warrior three. So hit that moment where you're really long, you're like the letter T. Bend the standing knee even more to land high lunge, arms frame face. This time, arms open wide to the side. Eagle the arms left under right. Stay lifted in the body. Lift the chest, inhale, and start to take your back bend here in your high lunge this time. Arms pull slightly away from the face as you back bend. Come right back to center. Hands frame the face. Breath in. Arms reach forward to come down. Your abs are already tight as you spiral. Left arm up to the sky. It's your Vashisthasana. You can always drop the bottom knee down under hip if you need to, or stay there. Plank pose center, optional vinyasa. You're coming right back to downward facing dog. Reaching the right leg up to the sky. Press into the right arm and bring knee to the nose. Stepping your foot up between the hands, back leg draws up, lift the chest, and exhale to fold. Arms go wide to the side to rise up, getting taller as hands come down heart center, vinyasa, Tadasana. Left leg, tree pose. Either foot to calf or inner thigh, again, not on the knee. You can just find namaste, hands heart center, lengthening in the low back. Guide the knee forward. And then extend the arms overhead. You can weight down that left hip. Get taller, hands pass through Utthita Hastasana, legs pass through Utthita Hastasana. As you find your warrior three, your hands are either forward, namaste, or by the sides. Let the standing leg bend to accommodate your hamstring as you land high lunge. Arms go wide to the side. You eagle your arms right under left, and then lift up to go back. Notice there's still a little squeeze in the inner thighs, and that squeeze helps you get a little more lift to go back. Coming up right, inhale, arms frame face. Hands reach out to go down. Abs are already tight as you land. Left shoulder over left wrist. Right toes turn to the right, and you optionally can stack leg over leg, Vashisthasana, side plank. Center, optional vinyasa, of course. Hips high to the sky, downward dog. Shoulders again nice and square as the left leg picks up to the sky. Knee to the nose, steps the foot up between hands. Follow with the back leg, half lift, and exhale, fold. Arms go wide to the side to rise up. Hands come down heart center. It's your Tadasana. Arms reach forward. Abs tighten, and now rise onto the balls of your feet. So you're squeezing your heels together. The inner thighs feel tight. Notice your head is right over top of your shoulders of your hips, not leaning forwards. You're resisting the down, and you'll feel this in your quads. Before you feel your knees, rise back up, keeping the heels lifted, heels high. Notice the abs tightening to pull yourself off your back body. And then again, bending your knees. Nice and slow. You're lowering down, 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 controlling the way down, until you let your knees open out. Your feet are in a diamond. Crawl your fingers forward and pull your belly in and up. You can let your hips slightly press behind your heels. Now either stay there, take a few more breaths, or bring your hands in right under the shoulders. Look forward, shift forward, chaturanga your arms in its Bakasana, crow. Point the toes and find your balance here on the arms. There's a firming in here of the elbows. There's also a firming in of the legs on the arms, and you might tighten that. Pull your belly in and try to pull the middle of your belly up, beginning to extend the arms before you jump back towards chaturanga, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. I'm starting to get tired, so I'm dropping my knees to the mat. Take your right hand and turn it upside down so you look at the palm and then gently make little circles around that right wrist. Reversing the flexion should feel kind of nice. I think I'm talking to you still in the video technically. I'm saying I'm still tired. We're resting. Take your other hand and turn it over. You want to gently, again, just release the tightness from the wrists from all the downward facing dog work. Pull back to child's pose so I can again catch my breath here. Toes together, knees are wide. And then slide forward, keeping your chest as close to the mat as you can. Bring yourself to Sphinx, elbows right under the shoulders. Toes stay pointed. Now you press down in the arms, you're pulling your belly button to your spine, and already your back is long. Chin to the chest, start to peel your ribs up, your hips, your thighs. Look back at your knees. If it doesn't hurt your back, your knees come up as well. Notice the toes are pointed, so you get work in your bottom belly and in your arms. Stay for a few more breaths. And then gently release down, find Sphinx. And then it's like you're rolling out sugar cookie dough. So as you lay your body down, feel your spine get longer, rolling through your spine, going down to up. So you can really lengthen your back on your mat as you lay on your tummy. Hands. Take your right arm out to the side. You can flex at your wrist, so press your wrist out. Fingers up to the sky. And as you tip onto your right side, you're still feeling Tadasana in your body. So your tail pulls down towards your heels. Your abs are tight. You should feel a nice stretch across the front of your chest. Come on through center. Slide your left arm out. I pull my fingers up towards the sky. And I'm on my right side waist. I'm smiling here. I must be having a good time. If you haven't noticed, I've had to re-record the vocals because you're not allowed to have music on YouTube. And I did. Oops. Roll back onto your belly. Hands come behind your back. Shalabhasana. Hands press back. The fists lift off the hips. Your head, neck, shoulders are lifted, and only if it feels good, you'll pick your legs up as well. Notice the pinky toes spin down. So your feet are parallel. You're your longest line. Release down. Hands plant by the ribs. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, push up through plank. Downward facing dog. Pedal at the feet again. Do whatever you need to do to get long. Right leg goes up to the sky. Knee to the nose. Shoulders come forward. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, knee comes across to left tricep. Inhale, press it up. Last one, knee to the nose. Step the foot up between hands, back heel down. Left arm cartwheels up. It's your warrior 2. Notice the knee is over the heel on the front leg. The body isn't leaning forward, but you're actually right on top of your hips. Your tailbone releases a bit down. The sides of your shirt are long. Right palm tips up. Go out and up so that you lengthen in your back body as you tip back, reverse warrior. Right arm comes down to the thigh for your side angle. A little bit of a modification first. Find all of that length. Right shoulder, press it down away from your ear. Top arm spins palm back and then drop the hand behind your back. You might stay there, or you might wiggle the hand into that little pocket of your right hip crease. No matter what, the chest is opening to the side. And you may bring the hand down to the inside of the front leg. Outside of the leg works as well, probably a bit deeper. I like inside myself. Again, yoga block under the hand here is a great option to bring the ground up a little bit. You're breathing that right waist longer with every breath here. Let the front leg begin to straighten. Walk your back leg in, go heel toe. So the back leg still turns in. You've got that half bind, and here's your Trikonasana triangle pose. Little bend in the front knee if you want to take the full bind. Turn the right arm in, then tuck it under that leg, and you're grabbing for your left wrist. As the leg extends, you want to be careful that you don't lock the knee out, but you feel the quad lift so the leg draws towards straight, and then you breathe into that deep stretch. Shoulder, inner thigh, hamstring. Release the bind. Hands come down to frame the front foot. Back knee drops down. And you can rock a bit forward and back. Notice your chest tries to stay long and engaged versus curling up inside like turtle. You want to lengthen the heart forward. Keep it forward as you start to pull the hips back. a couple of times here on the breath. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. You can hold if it feels good to hold somewhere. Just don't overstretch. When you're ready, step back plank, optional vinyasa, to downward facing dog. By this time, I've taught 2 classes today, so that vinyasa is optional and not happening. Left leg up to the sky, knee to the nose, shoulders come forward. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, knee comes across the body, right tricep. Inhale to press it up. Exhale, knee to the nose, stepping the foot up between the hands, back heel down, and you cartwheel the right arm up. Warrior 2. Again, back is long, so you're pulled up. The chest is bright, so you feel the pinky fingers slightly pull back. Tip the left palm up, reverse the warrior, stay long, stay lifted, keeping the bend in the left knee, bring left arm down to thigh. Start with that modification so you can really lengthen the shoulder away from the ear. Top arm comes to half bind. Chest is open, and then maybe not, you release the hand to the ground. And again, make your choice if you need the yoga block to give you a little bit of height. Left back of your hip, the left glute area, pulls towards that back heel, and then you're as long as you can be for each breath. Start to extend the front leg, creep the back foot in, heel toe, and now you might bend the knee again and take that full bind with the front arm. Again, that's a deep stretch for the triangle pose. So see if bound triangle works for you. If not, trace it back. Regular triangle with the half bind. Couple breaths here. When it feels good, releasing the arms, bending that front leg. Hands come down, you can drop the back knee down. So this time I had my hands inside the front leg. That can give you a little more opening ability. It makes it a little easier for hamstring to open, the arms inside the front leg. But hands framing the front leg is how you're going to eventually access Hanumanasana splits. So you can make your choice what feels better for you at this point in time. Again, you can hold where you need to hold. When you're ready, give the front leg the weight. You're stepping back to plank, optional vinyasa, and you're back to downward facing dog. Taking your time here, of course. Apparently taking a lot of time. It must feel tight in my left hamstring. Rocking, rocking, rocking. There we go. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Left leg is picking up to the sky. And then coming right back down where it came from. Right leg again picking up to the sky. And coming right back down where it came from. Walking feet up to the hands. Feet hip width apart this time. Peace sign. Yogi toe lock your big toe. Seal it off with your thumb to the floor. Pull the shoulders back on your breath in, and on the breath out, fold forward. You can bend your knees. Your elbows pull side to side. Make sure they're bending. And then let the shoulders lift up, and your head can just hang in that nice frame of your arms. Notice the weight is forward, so not back. And then you can fold more, and you can feel your belly come towards your thighs with each exhale. Nice and slow to release the toes, roll up through the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Feet come closer together, hands to Tadasana. Notice here the tail drops down, so you feel a little bit out of your low back as you breathe in and breathe out. Resuming Tadasana. Tadasana. On the inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale again, wave the body down. Inhale, lift the chest. And on the exhale, just plant the palms and step or jump back downward facing dog. Notice the bend of the knees as you land to help kind of soften the blow. Pedal at the feet, reach one heel for the ground and the other. And chin to the chest, roll the body forwards. Going right into your side plank. The legs will come together to touch. Shift the weight onto the right foot. And then, of course, you can drop the right knee down if you need to. Otherwise, with your top leg, Go ahead, take a walk forward with it, and I'm going to press the ball of my foot down towards the ground. I lift my bottom hip. I take my right toe towards my knee. So it's a 2-point balance here, hand and back foot, pretty much almost down flat in the back foot. The top arm can start to grab the outer edge of this bottom thigh and just feel it lightly lift up. You can slide the arm out towards the pinky side of the foot if you want. And then you're practicing pulling the knee in towards armpit, maybe starting to extend the leg, extend the leg, extend the leg. And this is a variation of the fancy one you might see on the Instagrams. But as I look under this bottom left arm, top left arm rather, I get a little bit of a stretch. It's a little easier to maintain than the leg behind your arm thing. From here, go right back to your down dog, pedal it out. Lengthen again the sides of the body. And then one more time, legs are together, close, and you roll forward, left shoulder over left wrist. And I start in the side plank. I might pause, drop the knee down, stay there, or top foot, take a walk forward, press into the foot, and start to peel that bottom left toe up the knee. And from here, it's a lot of work on the bottom body, so you might just stay there. Or a hand comes to the outer edge of the thigh. You can pull the knee in a little closer, maybe reach for the foot. And then the knee comes in first. So you still have hip over hip. And then as you extend, perhaps you might look under that arm. Stay for a breath or two. It's a little deep stretch. And then release as you go back to your down dog. Knees come down to the floor. Bring your hips back to the heels, child's pose. And then gently roll up onto the heels. The legs will come a little closer together and lift the chest up. Let the shoulders just drop down the back, rise up onto the knees, separating your knees hip width apart. Fingers come down the hips and then puff the chest up. So the hips are staying right over top the knees. As you open the chest, you pull the elbows back. This already might be a deep enough stretch. I like to tuck my toes under. Bring the heels up as I reach back. You could keep the toes pointed. Wherever you are, you want to be in control of your neck, using your abs a bit, so that it's still in charge and you don't feel anything pulling or breaking. The neck is lengthening. You might drop it back. I don't really tend to. Let your abs tighten to pull you back up. And then have a seat onto the heels to let the body settle for a breath or two. From here, you can take your legs in front of the body. We did a bit of arm balancing in the beginning. We did crow. So coming back to that probably in a little bit, take your right leg and pull it in, cross the bottom leg. You'll wind up, twist over to the right. So same arm as leg you're twisting towards. Notice the opposite leg stays flexed out, and then you might wind up. Sits bones want to stay both down, and then you're lifting with your chest so that you don't sink into the back arm at all, but you kind of absorb the shoulder blade into the body. As you breathe here, you might be able to rotate a little more. Bow, head, neck, shoulders down. And then here, you can take yourself onto the bottom foot. So maybe the one that's extended, if you want to pull it in. You can start to go for your arm balance, perhaps. So I'm shifting my weight up. I'm lifting my bottom left heel. And now as I come here, I like to shelf with my right arm. It might slightly be cheating. But I lift up, I look forward, and then I got this nice little shelf. And so as I look forward, my arms are in chaturanga. And I might peel the toe off. Now, advanced level, you might start to extend the legs. Gets a little dicey. Bend, tuck, and come right back to your bum. The arms are just nice to exercise every now and then, I suppose. Lengthen your legs out. Little bend in the knees is okay. Lift up on your inhale. And then on the exhale, fold forward. And you're either hugging for your thighs or you're reaching for your feet. But wherever you are, belly connects to the thighs so your back has that support, and then you fold into the stretch a little more. Inhales, you feel the chest lengthen, grow. Exhales, you melt down. Gently rolling up. Left leg comes into the body. And you'll take a wrap, a twist. And then either breathe there or decide you want to wind up the bottom leg. Some days it comes in easier than others. Release, counter twist. And I'm gonna switch so that you don't get a funny view. I press myself up onto that right ball of foot, keeping my legs crossed, cheddar onto the arms. So again, I look for a little shelf. But as you look forward, your body weight forward and no more than a 90-degree bend in the elbows, hopefully. Maybe the legs extend, it gets kind of dicey, and I go right back down. That was fun. Legs extend out long one more time. Breath in. Now this time on the breath out, let your tail tuck under you. Bend the knees. And then you'll find your Navasana. Appropriate also, hands on floor. Hands on thighs. Reach arms. Let your feet flex. And then point out just through the ball of the foot so you get that Barbie doll action. The legs should feel pretty active. You'll tuck your tail, lean back. Exhale to rise up. Inhale to tuck, lean back. Exhale to rise up. Having taught 2 classes today, I feel like taking it easy, especially with the heated floors. But we might as well do a set of 5. So this is number 4. Last 3. Rising up. Belly pulls in, maybe the legs lengthen for 5, 4, 3, 2. Knees bend. Take your feet either hip width apart or extended. Fingertips face heels and your chin goes to your chest. You can puff the hips up. Dropping the neck would be fine if it feels okay. Dropping the head back. Let the hips come down first. Use your abs to pull yourself back up. Open the legs to a straddle stretch. And then either press hips forward from behind or fold forwards. Go ahead, gently roll back up. Bring yourself closer towards the front of your mat. Bending your knees. You'll roll down through your spine to your back. Bridge. So the feet are in pretty close. They're hip width apart, and you'll inhale to lift your hips up. I like to rip my mat apart sometimes because it rolls the triceps under. You might just shimmy your arms under. Head stays straight up. It's not really super good for your neck to move it at this point in time. It's a little dicey. And focus on the thighs, slightly spiraling in and down. So you feel your thighs are parallel. Stay for another breath. Keep the arms bound. Go ahead and release down onto them so you get a little extra chest opening. Breathe the breath in. Full breath out. And again, hips lift on the inhale. I'm going to go ahead and point my fingers actually out towards the sides, a little easier on the shoulders. Come up to the top of the head, and then extend your elbows out all the way for your Urdhva Dhanurasana. And also to extend my legs, press a little towards, chest towards the back wall. It's a little deeper stretch. Take another breath. And tuck the chin to the chest, bending the elbows, roll down slow. When you get there, the good old windshield wiper of the knees, side to side, slowly relaxing the arms, relaxing the back. And leave the knees to the left. Take the bottom left ankle over that top right knee. And then just weight down that front leg. Coming up through center. Opposite side. Coming into center. A happy baby probably feels good. Pressing your bum down towards the mat so you get a nice long spine. Bringing the soles of the feet towards one another. Little butterfly, feel your knees press away. And then And gently release soles of the feet to the floor. Shimmy the shoulder blades under you a little, palms go face up, and you'll probably release your legs out. You could also sit up. You could sit with your back against the wall or against a yoga block in Indian style, nobody says that. Crisscross applesauce, Sukhasana, crossing at your heels, anything like that will work. And from here, you'll just let your breath completely return to normal. And get heavier into the floor with each exhale.